Darren.
This is the definition of toying with your opponent. Really, I mean, this game may be 14. It could easily, you know, it has the feel of 25.
You never get, even though the Pistons have been hanging around, you just don't have the feeling that they have really a chance to win the game.
But here's my problem. I played with great playoff teams. I also played against great playoff teams and great playoff players. Win, lose, or draw, at the end of the day, you say, okay, did I make it tough for who we played against? And if the Pistons answer that question after this ball game, yes, then they're lying to themselves. Everything for the Cavs have been easy all game long.
Stuckey. Tough shot won't go. Tip by McDyess can't go. Stuckey battling for it, comes up with it, but he's called for a loose ball foul. And then helps up Delonte West.
And I want to go back to what Mark just said. I think they may be lying to themselves all season long, Detroit has. Because they always said they're about to get it going. We're about to get there. But hey, you're not getting here with the king and his court.
It's been the LeBron James show. Same circus, different clowns. Attacking the basket on the offensive end time and time again. Too easy offensively. Half court heaves just before halftime. Knocks it down. Takes a close-up picture. Nothing's changed in the second half. Runner. How about a floater in transition? He is having his way and facing zero resistance.
Who's got the red noses on?
Are you calling the Pistons clowns?
I'm saying this guy is playing every single game like it doesn't matter who I'm facing. He's faced clowns all season long the way that he is playing. His mentality is, I'm the best in the world, and it doesn't matter who I'm facing.
And he just gave the Cavs their largest lead of the afternoon. 36 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Throwing his steal as well, and no turnovers. Stuckey blocked by Varejao. Here comes West. West on the drive, lays it up and in. Then the Cavaliers starting to pull away. Ten straight points for Cleveland. Hamilton. Rip Hamilton hits another. He's got 13. Again, the Pistons, 47% shooting. Not bad on the road in this building.
Absolutely. It's their defense that's failed them.
Ilgauskas from outside.
They're really not playing playoff defense.
Not at all. And the inability to get to the free throw line. The free throw discrepancy is so big, and that's hard to overcome.
Right now, 25 free throw attempts for Cleveland and just 10 for Michael Curry and the Pistons. Hamilton will go to the line. Rip Hamilton has played more playoff games and scored more playoff points than anyone in Pistons history. As he hits the first this Sunday, Desperate Housewives all new. Only 4 episodes left until the 2-hour season finale. The last episode ended with Edie's shocking car accident, and this Sunday you'll finally have an answer to the cliffhanger. ABC's Desperate Housewives, Sunday at 9, 8 Central on ABC.
Coach, you talk about the difference in free throw shooting. When you look at the Pistons, you say, okay, how do we get to the line? They don't post up their big men. Their perimeter guys are perimeter guys. A couple of times they went to the block. It wasn't aggressive moves. Well, the only way to do it is to get stops and push the ball in transition and put pressure on the Cavs defense.
They were doing a better job in the first half taking the ball to the basket.
And then they went away from it. It wasn't a steady diet of taking advantage of the mismatch.
And it was more Stuckey than just anybody else. You know, he's putting his head down. He's got a strength advantage.
James almost put that one in. Here the O's from the crowd. Stuckey kicks it out to Hamilton. Stuckey, and Hamilton throws Mo Williams to the ground. I think he was a little frustrated by the pressure defense. Happened after he got rid of the ball to Stuckey. Hamilton, looking at his arm, thought he got hit.
but this is what you want to do defensively. Get under somebody's skin.
Wow, right in front of Leon Wood. What is he thinking?
Well, Hamilton, he's a really nice guy, but he's a big technical foul guy. Gets thrown out.
Amongst the leaders in technicals.
Right.
Yeah, let his emotions certainly get the best of him there. Mo Williams has played some physical defense. As James' shot won't go. Wallace the rebound. 15-point game with 3.5 to play. Delonte West now getting physical with Hamilton. Stuckey inside, blocked by Ilgauskas, gets it back, blocked again. The help defense for the Cavs sometimes is just, it's so impressive.
Well, outstanding defenses do not allow you to play one-on-one basketball. Help is going to be there, and they're going to hold each other accountable.
Williams to Varejao. Another pretty pass. And a timeout called by Detroit. It's time for the Cavs fans to get on their feet again. 2009 NBA playoffs. We've already had a big upset in Boston. Perhaps some upsets tonight as the playoffs continue on ESPN. First at 8 Eastern. Mavericks and Spurs from San Antonio. And then the Rockets and the Trailblazers following. Great doubleheader. Game 1's tonight on ESPN. And tomorrow on ABC, the Lakers, the #1 seed in the West at Staples Center, will host the Utah Jazz, #1 versus #8. 2:30 Eastern GMC NBA Countdown. Another sellout crowd here in Cleveland, waving their towels, wearing their one-goal shirts. And the Cavs have not disappointed, led by 36 from LeBron James. They've opened up a 17-point lead.
I like what Michael Curry has done, inserted his bench. Hey, give me 5 guys that's going to compete and leave it on the floor. I'll take 5 guys with not as much talent.
Walter Herman getting his first minutes off the bench, quickly scores.
Yeah, but the trick in this game is to get your most talented people to care the most. Because the bench players, for the most part, are going to compete hard. Can you get your best players to compete hard?
The Pistons over the past several years, and again, they've made 6 straight conference finals. They're a team that had a lot of fight in them. As LeBron James knocks it down, you wonder if that fight is still there.
Well, when you hear all the tough talk before a series about how it's their time, no one cares about the regular season. You build your fight and your will and your heart during the regular season. If you're trying to find that come playoff time, you're going to be looking for a long time.
Jason Maxiello hasn't played a lot. Wallace and McDyess on the bench. 15-point game, under 2 to go. So Michael Curry putting in the reserves. Now it's time to bounce back for Game 2, which will be Tuesday night back here in Cleveland. All right, Mark, you kind of brought up the point earlier. What can the Pistons take away from this game, at least from a positive standpoint?
When they played good basketball early on, they were in the game. Offensively, they executed. They put themselves in position so they can take some of the things that they did offensively that worked. Other than that, they have to take a look at this film and say, hey, we didn't have playoff intensity.
Yeah, 20-second timeout called by Cleveland. LeBron James most likely will be done for the afternoon. 38 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists for LeBron James. So after today, the Pistons are actually going to fly home to Detroit. And they'll come back tomorrow night. Short flight. They'll play Game 2 in Cleveland. That game will be on NBA TV. Then the series shifts to Detroit. ESPN Game 3, Friday, 7 Eastern. And then ABC on Sunday afternoon. So, good start for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 66-16 during the regular season, and they'll go 1-0 here in the postseason. What did you like most from what you saw from Cleveland, Mark, or Jeff?
Well, don't worry about it. We look very similar.
Yeah,
I would say that what I liked about Cleveland was I thought they played very unselfishly in the game. I thought they turned up their defense after a very poor first quarter defensive effort.
Ed, what do you think?
Well, with me, the thing when Coach talks about unselfish, you can also play unselfish on the defensive end. I think they've displayed that all season long, and certainly nothing has changed in Game 1 of the playoffs.
And you know what I love about coming to watch Cleveland? And winning breeds this, but they are connected as a group. And I love watching their bench. I love watching the spirit that their team has. And they love and enjoy each other's success. It's not like your success is taken away from my success. Your success enhances my success.
Their chemistry has been a hot topic all season long, and how this team plays well together, enjoys each other off the floor. And they've opened up with a nice start. Mike Brown has emptied his bench. Pistons hung tough for a little over 3 quarters. But the Cavs pulling away here in the 4th. This game one, always the statistics showing how huge it is, and now the crowd getting on its feet to celebrate the opening victory, what they hope as a foul call. What they hope will be a nice long 2-month playoff run. But as we've seen every year in the postseason, you watch this game and you think, okay, Cleveland's going to have no problems. All Detroit has to do is either win on Tuesday in Game 2 or even Game 3 at home, and all of a sudden the perception changes.
But don't fool yourself if you're the Pistons. If you keep doing the same things, you're going to keep getting the same stuff. It's about making adjustments.
That's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting different results. See, to me, this is born out of listen, Cleveland's better than they are, okay? It's not, Cleveland's a better team, but you can acquit yourself better than the Pistons did here today.
Ball knocked out of bounds. As the Cavs will dribble it out. Walter Herman can't get it. Maxio comes flying in for the follow. Now Cleveland can just dribble this one out. Wally Szczerbiak holds the ball, and the Cavaliers take Game 1 of this best-of-7 series. An impressive victory led by 38 points from LeBron James. 4 of the players in double figures, and they shoot 53% from the field.
And your final score for today's game. The Cavaliers win 102-84. The Cavs are back on the queue on Tuesday night, April 21st for Game 2.
Now, the #1 seed, not only in the East, but will have home court throughout the postseason. They get the victory here at the Quicken Loans Arena. James, not only the 38 points, had 8 rebounds, 7 assists. He's with Lisa Salters.
Just did not hold up this afternoon. How were you able to pick them apart on defense?
We just got the ball, moving from one side to another. They're a very good defensive team if you just hold the ball. And, one thing we did, we attacked, got to the free throw line. And then when they started to help a little bit more, we started to pass the ball and get some open shots for everybody. So good execution by us offensively tonight.
Solid performance by your supporting cast. What impressed you most about what your other guys were able to do?
I think after the first quarter, it's about the 6-minute mark in the second quarter, we decided to play some defense. And the supporting cast did that. They also got in the open areas on the offensive end and made some easy shots and allowed their defense not to just load on me also. But they did a great job.
Now, it wasn't a blowout, certainly for most of the game, but it kind of felt that way. The guys who were calling the game kind of said it felt like it was a much bigger lead than it actually was. How did the game feel to you out there on the floor?
Well, it felt like we just had to continue to execute in order to win the game. At any point in the game, it felt like they could make a run, and we could make a run and blow it open. So we was able to finally push it over the edge in the 4th quarter, and took a lead that we knew we couldn't get back.
So what was the key to pushing it over the edge?
Get some defensive stops and then make some shots on the other end. So once we decided to do that, and once we made some shots on the other end, we broke the game open.
All right, thanks for your time. Congratulations, guys.
Lisa, final score, the Cavaliers 102, the Pistons 84. For Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, Lisa Salters, and our entire ABC crew, this is Mike Green saying so long from Cleveland. Don't forget, tune into NBA playoffs tomorrow on ABC, when the Jazz face the Lakers. Game 1 from Los Angeles, 2:30 Eastern Time. Now, except the West Coast, stay tuned for ABC World News or your local news over most of these ABC stations. Cavs impressive in their first game of the 2009 playoffs. Thanks for watching ABC, home of the NBA Finals. Now let's send it to Stuart Scott.